Hello friends, today I am going to explain a movie, which is about one man's fight to save the last garden of Earth on Moon, with the help of robots, and it becomes a battle for survival and an unbreakable hope for the future. The movie begins and we see a man named Freeman Lovell who used to do maintenance work in these greenhouses built in space. He had come here from Earth for 1 year. Along with him there were 3 other people who used to maintain this greenhouse dome built in space. Here Lovell was very different from the rest of his crew. He liked his work very much. He wanted to save the trees and plants at any cost. Whereas his other crew members John, Marty and Andy had come here just for work and were waiting for 1 year to end so that after that they could go back to Earth. Now here these 3 companions used to go karting to pass their time, due to which their garden was also damaged. But despite all this, Lovell did not say anything to them and kept doing his work quietly. But one day again, an order came from Earth that this mission was over. They have found some other way on Earth and hence they do not need greenhouses and they can blow up these domes by separating them with nuclear bombs in space itself. Now on hearing this, Lovell feels bad that so many trees and plants will be destroyed. Now on the same night, these 4 are having dinners sitting in the hall. Here, Lovell is eating the fruits grown by him while the rest of the people are eating synthetic free packed food. Now on seeing Lovell, these people start making fun of him, but Lovell is in a bad mood and hence there are many arguments between them. Well, after dinner, 2 people go to the greenhouse dome to plant the bomb. Lovell tries hard to stop them but no one listens to him. There are a total of 6 domes here, that is, greenhouses, and in 4 of those greenhouses, these people plant bombs one by one and blow them apart. After this John comes to plant a bomb in Lowell's dome too, seeing which Lowell gets very angry and he attacks John with a shovel and Lowell kills his own partner i.e. John in anger, but he also gets hurt very badly in all this and he does not give up. He had to save the 2 greenhouses by any means, so he comes in control and traps Marty and Andy in another dome, after which Lowell separates that dome from a spaceship, but that dome already had a bomb installed in it, due to which a very big explosion takes place in space and that dome also gets destroyed, while now only 1 dome is left and that is why a plan comes in Lowell's mind. He has some service robots for maintenance etc. Now Lowell then with the help of these robots first shows his seniors a fake bomb blast so that they think that all the greenhouses have been destroyed. After this, Lovell starts taking the spaceship away from Earth i.e. towards Stern in the hope that he will be able to save the last remaining dome. But he does not have any specific plan about what he will do after reaching here. He just had to save the trees and plants by any means. Lovell then programs these robots completely and with their help, first of all he gets his leg surgery done. After which Lovell starts using these robots for other works as well, such as they start helping in the garden as well, and here Lovell's own different journey begins. At first he was very happy that he would be able to save these trees and plants. Now a few days pass and then one day his spaceship reaches the rings of Saturn Gray, but suddenly a warning of a lot of danger starts coming in the spaceship. Actually the spaceship had come very far due to which its contact with the Earth was lost, and now they were passing through Saturn's ring, but due to a lot of storms there, this warning started coming in the ship. Now Lovell tries a lot to save the ship, but the ship gets stuck in a storm due to which the ship starts getting a lot of jolts and the ship gets damaged, and then a report also gets pulled into space. With great difficulty Lovell stabilizes the ship again and takes it safely across the storm. Next morning when Lovell opens his eyes, seeing the rest of Shiva's condition, he realizes what a big mistake he has made and he starts regretting his actions, that how he killed his own companions, and that is why first of all he gets a grave dug with the help of the robot, and after burying John's dead body, he prays for his soul and he is alone in real life space. He did not know where he would go next. So he tries to make those 2 robots his friends, and that is why he names them Hui and Dai. He names the 3rd robot as Lewis. After this, Lovell starts going into deep space about which he did not know anything, but Lovell is doing all this in the hope that something good will happen in the future, but he also knows that he himself might not be able to survive till then. Well, after this, Lovell comes out of the ship to check the parts of the spaceship where he finds parts of Lewis, that is, the robots lost in space. He brings them inside and shows their parts to Hui and Dai. All these robots are advanced and feelingless. Lewis feels very bad to see them like this. Here, Lovell starts living with his friends to pass his time. Karting thinks of doing this and starts driving a big cart, and it goes out of control and his cart collides with a soil container. His mood has become very bad and now he starts feeling very lonely here, but then Laval gets an idea, and to make his mood better he reprograms the system of Hui and Dai so that both of them can also play with him, and luck favors Laval here because Hui and Dai start playing with Laval very well, just like a human being. Now the next day when Laval comes back to the garden, he sees that all his plants have started wilting completely. Seeing this, he does not understand how this happened suddenly. He also goes to the lab with some plants so that he can find out whether these plants have any disease or not, but its report was normal, and that is why he hurriedly sits in a buggy and goes to Dom's. But Buggy again goes out of control, and this time it collides with Huey, due to which Huey's body parts are badly broken. Now Lovell tries to repair Huey again, but his attempt also fails, and now Lovell was left with only one report, i.e. death and death. Then within no time days start turning into weeks. The plants were not stopping from getting damaged, and after some time almost the entire forest became barren. Lovell was completely depressed, and he had accepted that his trees and plants would not be able to recover, i.e. his entire mission had failed. But one day a very big miracle happened. His ship starts receiving radio signals of another ship, and here we come to know that the government has sent another spaceship to save Lovell, and he has received its signals. Now that ship was going to come to pick him up in 6 hours, which Lovell was very happy to hear. He becomes very happy, after which the rescue team orders Lovell to separate the greenhouse from the spaceship and not to put the nuclear bomb in it, because they are in a place in deep space where it is very dark and it would not be right to use the bomb in such a place. Now after hearing this, Lovell finally understands why his entire forest got ruined, because his trees and plants were not getting sunlight, which is very important. So Lovell tries one last time here and turns on the artificial lights of the spaceship so that in this way he can create light like sunlight, and by doing this, in some time his trees and plants start blooming again. After this, Lovell gives one last order to Dai and says that you will always have to take care of these forests. Then he sends Dai to the same dome and puts that dome on the spaceship. Now after coming to his ship, Lovell is separated from his ship. When the people from reality come here, they will come to know that Lovell has killed his crew members, and that is why now Lovell, after thinking a lot, decides that now there is no point in escaping. His mission was to save a dome, which he has saved. A greenhouse means Dom will remain in space and whoever needs it can take it. After which Lovell spends his last few moments sitting near the injured Hui and talks to him. Meanwhile, Lovell also gets a flashback that in his childhood, he wrote his father's name on a paper, closed it in a bottle and threw it in the sea in the hope that someone will definitely find that bottle one day. That means today he has done the same thing by leaving that greenhouse in space. Whoever needs this greenhouse in the future, he will adopt it, and in this hope Lovell keeps his greenhouse. He spends the last few moments, after which he activates the nuclear bomb and blows up his ship. Then a huge explosion occurs which completely destroys his ship. Now after some time we see Doi, who is watering the trees and plants amidst artificial lights, and the forest is growing very well, and at this moment the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this and turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel grow.